Elizabeth Warren is taking aim at T-Mobile and Sprint. A few moments ago, the 2020 US presidential candidate said a multi-billion-dollar merger between the two would hurt competition, slash jobs and reduce wages. Her comments come after US regulators signed off on the takeover earlier this week. And yet, amid it all, T-Mobile is working to roll out its 5G network on December the 6th. The President, Mike Sievert, is with me. Good to see you, as always. So let's deal with Elizabeth Warren's comments. I mean, you've answered them a million times, but she still comes forward and says this. The FCC has clearly ruled in your favour, but there are lawsuits outstanding.
They have ruled in our favor. In fact, we received the final approval from the FCC just this past week. Over the summer, we entered into a consent decree with the Department of Justice, so all the federal level stuff is done. But we do face a trial with a number of attorneys general at the state level who are challenging the merger. And, you know, obviously that's the final hurdle before we get this closed.
But how worrying or damaging is it when somebody who could become extremely powerful, Elizabeth Warren, well, she is powerful, but, you know, could be even more powerful, does say that your merger reduces competition, slashes jobs and wages?
Well, here's the thing we've learned. People who have questioned the merger, the things that they're questioning, they want more competition, they want lower prices, they want more innovation in this industry. So do we. And so a lot of times what happens is these are well-intentioned questions, but the information and the facts are on our side. And so our job is to make sure that people like the senator, have the facts. This is going to result in more jobs, lower prices, more innovation, better network for consumers.
It's highly likely now that this will go through once this court case is out the way. And today you've been announcing about 5G, but the interesting thing about 5G, of course, earlier this week we saw China's first 5G network roll out. Is this competition, this global competition, underway now?
Of course it is. And that's why this merger is so important, because without it, the U.S. won't have a player with the kind of comprehensive 5G to really be a global competitor. This network that we will create when we put T-Mobile and Sprint together is like nothing else that Americans will have anytime in the next several years. And that's important because the digital economy depends on us having a great 5G network in this country.
But does it matter who gets there first versus, say, the Chinese, the Germans, or the Americans? Does it matter?
Of course. Look at the 4G race. The U.S. had 4G networks before the rest of the world, and U.S. companies wound up dominating the digital economy over the last decade. Facebook and Apple became the world's most valuable companies, Google and Amazon. These are companies that seized mobile technology in the U.S. Uber was invented here, not in China, because mobile technology was deployed here first.
So when the U.S. government decides, for example, to restrict or put on a blacklist Huawei, is that actually helpful to US industry, US telecoms industry, or not?
Well, I'm not an expert on that. Our technology at T-Mobile is based on technology that we partner with Nokia and Ericsson, by and large, so it doesn't affect us. But, you know, for us, it's very important that what we're able to do is invest big money in that technology over the next few years. And that's what the merger is all about.
OK, so you've got the merger and you've got some new plans that you have introduced today. And they all they're all designed to show 5G, correct?
That's right. And they're designed to show what the particular 5G network of this merger can create.
But what is it? I mean, what is it going to...
It's one more G.
No. But what is it going... Look, I've read numerous descriptions of 5G about how it's going to let me download 15 gigabytes of quick whatever in minutes or seconds rather than minutes. What is it going to do?
Well, it's a great question because this has been flubbed by the major carriers so much this year. Verizon and AT&T have rushed out technology that wasn't ready. And they tried to say that 4G Advanced is 5G. AT&T calls it 5GE. It's crazy. What we're doing on December 6th is we're finally launching the real 5G, and we're not going to do it in parts of 15 cities like Verizon. When we turn that switch on December 6th, it's 200 million people all in one day.
It is brutal, this industry in this country. I mean, I'm obliged to now say, since you've mentioned AT&T, parent company of this network, as I'm obliged and would, of course, make clear. But it is brutal, isn't it?
Well, it's a very competitive industry, and it's only getting more competitive. And that's our goal. Our goal in bringing this company together with this merger is to make this industry even more competitive, to take share from AT&T and Verizon.
Hey.
I'll tell you what, the news we put out today, this was one of the biggest news days in our history. It wasn't just the rollout of 5G on December 6th. It was a set of unprecedented initiatives around what we can do with this network, with the new company, like providing free service for the next decade
All right.
to every single first responder in this country.
Good to see you, sir.
Great to see you.
Thank you very much indeed.
You bet.
Thank you.